Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Surviving Cardi B, a story that teaches us about the inequalities of modern day society. So, I'm sure you guys all have a favorite hobby, right? Just something you enjoy doing in your free time. For example, myself, I enjoy going to the gym, playing video games, watching stepsister videos on Pornhub, the usual sort of stuff. I'm sure you guys all enjoy something similar. Now, Cardi B has a different type of hobby. It seems that one of her favorite hobbies is going around drugging and robbing people. So, as you can imagine, even though she seemed pretty comfortable herself throwing this information out there into the world wasn't so comfortable receiving this information. And she's gotten some backlash over it the last couple days. Although not nearly as much as a man would have gotten. So far, there's been no actual legal repercussions for this. We'll get to that later, but it seems like the biggest consequence of this was that she got some mean tweets over Twitter, and it seemed to hurt her feelings a little bit, so she decided to take a break for a few days. Wow. I hope she's okay, man. I can't believe she had to go through something so devastating as some mean tweets. In order to keep things fair, before we proceed any further, I want to give you guys the entire clip so we have all of the context behind this situation. So, it's about a minute long, not too bad. It's one of her old Instagram live sessions, and it is going to be a bit loud. Try your best, but I will warn you, it is kind of hard to listen to. So let's go ahead and summarize what happened for those of you that are still here and who haven't tried to kill themselves from trying to listen to that video. Basically, it seems that someone told her that she did not deserve her success, and as you saw, Cardi was quite upset about this. So she was explaining how she paid all of this money to get studio time and to get good producers and all that sort of stuff. So at that point, we're good, right? Everything she said is totally fine. But then she goes into further details on how she earned this money, and she says that she used to be a stripper, which is common knowledge, and then she also explained that she used to go back to men's hotel rooms and then drug them and rob them, and then she further proceeded to say that nothing was ever handed to her. She really feels like she earned this money that she stole from unconscious drugged men. That's quite an interesting take. That's not quite the way I look at this situation. I don't know if I would say that you really earned that money, but obviously people saw this clip and there was a very negative reaction to it. And at first, I don't think she quite realized how big of a deal it was because she kind of doubled down on it. She kind of clarified that she's not an angel, but in fact, she is a street bitch. This is a common theme that you'll notice throughout this entire situation. Not once does she ever actually deny these claims. She just makes excuses for them. I think that's important to note because it confirms that all of this is 100% true. Otherwise, she would just say, no, I didn't actually do that. But she never once actually denies that she committed these crimes. But it seems after a couple days, she came to her senses a little bit, or more likely, her management management got involved and was like, hey idiot, quit glorifying what you did and put out an apology before your career is over. So Cardi decided to post a public apology, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. We're going to read it in sections because it's quite long and I can't quite fit all of it in there at once. So, we got to break it up. So here's part 1. So I'm seeing on social media that a live I did 3 years ago has popped back up. A live where I talked about things I had to do in my past, right or wrong, that I felt I needed to do to make a living. I never claimed to be perfect or come from a perfect world with a perfect past. I always speak my truth. I always own my shit. So a common theme you will notice in this apology is the fact that she keeps saying that she had to do these things. And that's where I'm gonna have to disagree, because there are some things that you do have to do. For example, you have to drink water. You have to eat food. But you do not have to drug people and rob them. That's not on the list. I'm a part of a hip-hop culture where you can talk about where you come from, talk about the wrong things you had to do to get where you are. There are rappers that glorify murder, violence, drugs, and robbing, crimes they feel they had to do to survive. I never glorified the things I brought up in that live. I never even put those things in my music because I'm not proud of it and feel a responsibility not to glorify it. So here's why this point doesn't really make any sense. A rapper saying something in a song is not the same thing as you confessing something on a live stream. A lot of these rappers are just making this shit up. A lot of them are not actually doing the things that they rap about. Although, yes, a lot of them are, and a lot of them actually do get in trouble for it. I mean, just look at TK, Bobby Shmurda. These people are in jail. So just because you put in a song does not give you a free pass to do things. Although, you can say like, yeah, it's just a song. I didn't actually do that if it came down to it. However, what you did is you just made a statement about something that you did. You weren't creating a song. You aren't creating art, a form of entertainment. You're just talking. So you can't compare yourself to other people that are putting out similar messages but in the form of entertainment. I made the choices that I did at the time because I had very limited options. I was blessed to have been able to rise from that, but so many women have not. Whether or not they were poor choices at the time, I did what I had to do to survive. This is what I was referring to earlier. She says that she did these things to survive because she had no other options, apparently. No other options, huh? Have you ever heard about maybe this thing called a fucking job? That's how normal people in the world make money. It doesn't just appear in my wallet. You have to work for it. Maybe she's never heard of a job before. I'm not sure, because apparently in her world, your only two options are either A, have no money, or B, rob people. I guess there's just no other options out there for Cardi B. The men I spoke about in my live were men that I dated, that I was involved with, men that were conscious, willing, and aware. I have a past that I can't change. We all do. I'm not quite sure what this last statement is all about. She said that these men were conscious, willing, and aware. Well, last time I checked, if these men were conscious, willing, and aware, then it wouldn't be a robbery now, would it? People are not willing to get robbed. Those two things kind of contradict each other. If someone was willing to get robbed, basically that means they're just giving you money. That's called a loan. That's called a gift. That's not called a robbery. So I don't really understand why that last statement was put in there. It seems like it was included in there to try to combat any legal issues or something. I don't know. It just sounds so fucking stupid and out of place. But anyways, that's pretty much where we're sitting at right now. Now, a lot of people are comparing this to Bill Cosby. I think for the most part, people are joking. Obviously, they are similar because of the drugging aspect of both of their crimes. Although, obviously, Bill Cosby, was much worse, because let's be real, raping someone is much worse than robbing someone. However, I would like to say, I think I would rather get raped by Cardi B than robbed by Cardi B. So maybe it depends on who the attacker is, because if we're talking about Bill, then we're gonna have to flip that, because then I would rather be robbed. But if we're talking about Cardi, then I'd rather be raped. So I don't know. Anyways, the point is, I don't think she's quite as bad as Mr. Cosby. I do understand the comparison, but let's maybe not take it that far, right? But that leads us, to the final question. Is there actually gonna be any legal consequences for this? I mean, obviously she's committed these crimes. She's not denying it. She's doubled down numerous times that this is true. This is what she did. But does anyone really care? I mean, I don't know. I find it hard to believe that if a man had done this in this exact same fashion, that he wouldn't be facing any legal action, that it wouldn't be taken very seriously. I guess the issue is that I don't think any real victims have actually come forward yet. I did see one guy come forward on Facebook. He made a whole post about it, but I believe that was proven to actually just be a troll. But once again, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a legal expert. I guess if none of the victims come forward to press charges, then I guess nobody really gives a fuck. I don't know how this works. I'm not sure. But I do know for a fact that if this was a man, it would be taken a lot more seriously. And it's just crazy that not only is this not being taken that seriously, but just the fact that she felt so comfortable admitting crimes on camera is mind-blowing to me. Imagine just openly admitting to multiple felonies and just not even giving a fuck about it because nothing is gonna happen to you. Imagine if I went live on Twitch tomorrow and I started talking about how I was drugging these girls and robbing them, bro. The fucking FBI would be breaking through my door. There's no way I could say that. Some people are truly living different out here, man. They are living life by a completely different set of rules. Actually, well, we have a word for it. It's called recruit difficulty. So yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it for the story. I mean, I doubt anything will come from this. We'll see. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, rating if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are not already, follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.
Never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right.